one of the biggest problem in many communities, especially my community, is when we encounter something called saving. Um, I remember when I was a teenager. Back then, was young. Uh, this term, it was like an attainable goal. When I think about saving, it was like, I'm doing like a impossible mission. But I was getting older, facing with a lot of responsibilities, facing with a lot of challenges. I came to find out there is a need, there is a big purpose, and there is this mission. It have to be possible in one way or another. So saving, from an economic term, this is the amount left over after spending or after taking away all your personal expenses from your disposable income. Then you get saving. So actually, economists say saving is equals to disposable income, take away the personal expenses. So there are a lot of the obstacles normally actually rise to saving. I remember I first to know or to take into consideration saving when I was on my second year as a marketing manager on this business firm. I was actually staying at home back then, so I wanted to have a place where I can have my free time. I can do anything that I want to do. I can plan my future. I can plan my goals. So I wanted to have a place to stay. So I have to face something called rent. And back then, the salary was a little bit minimal. I'm talking about the 400,000 shillings, and that was my starting salary. So the first thing that I had to do is, first of all, I started to clear out all the debts or the money that I did lend in my previous year. I started to clear them out so that I start to have a budget that can help me figure out the amount that I'll be willing to save so as I can reach my predetermined goal, which was having a rent and having a place to stay. So I clear out all the debts. Then I start to prepare a plan, a budget that had to help me to attain my goal. So mostly in cases, or most people, they have to rethink about this. If you have a debt, especially an overwhelming debt, it is very hard for you to attain your saving target. And also, if you don't know how to budget well your expenses, to know what amount you're gonna save, and to understand that this saving purpose, it is one of the biggest priority during a specific period of time. So I was having the salary of 400 T shillings, 400 shillings. So what I came in mind for the other thing is that I was willing to do this. I wanted to have a place. I wanted to have my own place that I can stay. I wanted to have my freedom. Like, I want to be a man. So every day on the salary, I normally got the salary, but bad thing is that I used to have these expenses, the transport, the credit vouchers for paying the internet bundles. I used to have budget to go out. So actually, I was getting at it. So I started to think like, what should I do? What can I do? I was almost, confused. I set myself. It was actually on January, so I set myself until December. I should have everything ready for my room and for my place that's gonna stay, meaning the rent and the furnitures and all the decoration that needed inside. So I was actually confused. So there was this day that I did meet somebody. Actually, I was working with him in the same company, and we were talking something about money, how we're gonna develop, how we're gonna we're gonna achieve our goals, how the rich people does. So one statement that he actually gave me, it also helped me until today, is that if you really want to save, and if you're really motivated and ready or willingly to save and to achieve your target, what you gotta do, you have to plan well your budget. Meaning that before even getting your salary or before even having your income, you must have a plan for that money. You must have a plan for that salary before even it is already in your hand. So let's say you see the next month I'll get this salary or this income. You must have plan for that salary or income before it is in your hand. So the other thing is that what actually is from his advice was that in any situation, after getting the plan, when you have the plan to do with your next salary, before having it, is when you get the salary, anything that will come within the time that you got the salary that you didn't have it in your plan, don't do it. Just push it away. Just stay it away. Any emergencies or anything that will come inside the month that you had the plan already, everything that is set, then just push it away, let it go. So actually that's what I did. Then I started putting in practice, and so it was like I went home, I took a paper, and I started to plan. Okay, it was actually, I remember it was on March. On April, I'll get 400,000 shillings. Okay, with these 400,000 shillings, I applied the rule, the 50% of my salary, I'll put it on the reserve account, that actually I won't touch it no matter what. I won't touch it, and I won't, no matter how broke will I be, no matter how things are going, I won't touch the 200,000 that I save it on the reserve account. So I applied the rule, I got the salary, I took the 200,000 shillings, I put it in a reserve account, and the 200 remaining thousand shillings from my salary, I was using it for daily expenditures. And no matter how tight things were, I never thought of going to the reserve account and withdraw the 200,000. So I applied the rule, and as the month goes on, I'll closely reaching to my target. As day by day, saving, reach to my target. So in the end, I actually achieved that. I achieved by December. I actually had raised 2 million. I had on the reserve account. That was my starting money for paying the rent and some of the few decoration and furnitures. So it actually worked, and until today, I'm actually using almost the same strategy. So I'm gonna give you a straight advice. So you must have a purpose to save and a motive to save. Let's say you want to buy a land, or you want to invest, you want to construct a house. Let's say your target is by 2 years you get a certain amount of money that will make you succeed. So all you have to do, first of all, clear out all the liabilities. When I'm talking liability, all the type of expenses that will make your saving turn out to a negative impact, and you won't bring about saving into accountable. So remove all the liabilities, including the debt, the overwhelming debt. And the second thing you must do is that you must have a very good plan and a budget for it. Meaning that you must know that within a month how much you're going to spend, and at most 50% of your salary. If you can do it wherever you can, just put it on your reserve account and save it. The third thing that you have to do, you have to eliminate all unnecessary expenses. I know in my communities there is a lot of people and a lot of people who really care about what people think whenever they do this or do that. Maybe people are spending things on things that normally then it is not necessary to spend, just for show offs. Just you want to spend something, you want to be seen that you're possessing something, you want to show the world that, okay, I have this, I'm on track, I'm on the same this new world generation that is being exploited by globalization. So cancel all unnecessary expenses, going to cinemas, going to trips, travel around, buying so much the fast foods. Stop all unnecessary expenses. Focus on your target, focus on your goals, focus that by the next 2 years I want to have my own house, I want to have my own car, I want to have my own business in check. So what you're gonna do is to save as much as you can. At most 50% of your salary goes to the reserve account, the account that you cannot even touch it, and the remaining budget, the remaining money that you'll have after taking away the 50% of your salary, put it on your expenses. No matter how hardship you'll get on the period of months, make sure that they don't touch your reserve account. So that's all about saving. Just remember, it is possible and it is achievable. So make it happen. Thank you.